Well, hey there, we're back in the kitchen making another dip. So excited to see you here. If you're not familiar with who I am and what my channel is all about, my name's Angela and I am the Inquisitive Farmwife. You never know what I'm going to be up to, but many times you'll find me right here in the kitchen. This video is part of the Dipcember collaboration. We are rounding out the month. We are tail end, just a few more left before the big giveaway day. So if you've missed out on all the previous videos, down in the description of this video, there will be a playlist that you can go to check out all the videos. Make sure while you're there to leave a nice comment. It'll enter you for a chance to win a prize. Today we're making a mushroom and walnut pate. I thought you said it was Dipcember, right? Okay, so a pate is a type of spread, and so I'm considering this a-okay for a dip. Besides, sometimes it's the unusual things that we like the best. This should be a nice high protein type of dip, and if I've already gotten it out, which I hope I do, I'll have a lentil cracker recipe that is even higher protein, so great for all your snacking needs. This kind of reminds me of a pesto, so let's get to it. First, I'm going to turn on my cooktop. I'm going to go ahead and get it up there a little high, and we're going to put in, well, you need about a cup of walnut pieces, so I'm going to be very generous in my cup because we're going to chop this up quite a bit more. So a nice, hefty, rounded cup of walnuts. These are English walnuts. Some of you may be allergic to walnuts. That's okay. I think that you could substitute out other nuts with this if you'd like. And all we're doing here is we're toasting them because it brings out the natural oils. And my bag was actually in the freezer, so it might take just a slight bit longer, but this is going to give it so much more added flavor and density. I promise it's worth the extra effort. And remember, we're just toasting them. We're not actually cooking them. So keep a close eye. While we have this toasting, we're going to go ahead and start prepping some of our other ingredients. Grab yourself some portobello mushrooms. Fresh is always best, but today I have some dehydrated ones. You're going to want to end up, I don't know, about 2 cups chopped. So I'm just going to grab a couple of, whew, that got hot on us, guys. I'm going to shut that off for just a minute. I think we've definitely got our nuts toasted, and hopefully I didn't burn them. I want to save just a few of them, and the rest I'm going to put into my blender. While the pan's hot, we're going to go ahead and add in, I don't know, a couple tablespoons of olive oil to start warming. And because these are dehydrated, I actually can just kind of crunch them up. It doesn't matter. It's all going to go into the blender in a bit anyway. We need half a small onion. I'm doing a shallot. Again, I don't feel like I have to chop this super good. I'm just wanting to get the umami of cooking this. Okay, and some garlic. Recipe calls for probably 1 clove. I'm probably going to use about 2 or 3. They aren't very big. Just want to peel off those skins. We'll go ahead and maybe cut it in half. just to bring out the flavors. That's it. I don't want this to burn, so I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt to this pan. That will help bring out some of the liquids in the vegetables. And we're going to need it for flavor anyway. These are toasted, so I'm going to shut this off. Add it to our blender. And we're going to add some herbs to this. I have rinsed off some fresh oregano from the garden. Can you believe? Here it is. For me, when I'm making this video, it is just before Thanksgiving. The recipe calls for a teaspoon of fresh. I'm going to use more than that. I want this to be super flavorful. I'm proud of these herbs. I'm just really excited about it. So we're just going to grab and use to flavor. Everything in this kitchen, I almost always do to flavor. I know sometimes we need a little bit of a recipe to follow. It's just a guide, guys. Remember, recipes are guides. A teaspoon of thyme. And probably about a tablespoon of parsley. The recipe called for nutritional yeast. It kind of gives a cheese flavor. I am out today, so we're just going to use Parmesan cheese. That's where I told you it's going to kind of get that pesto feel. If you do not want to add cheese to this, absolutely use the nutritional yeast. If you want to use fresh grated, it's going to be even better because it won't have those anti-caking agents on it. Let's get to blending this up. Because we use the dehydrated mushrooms, we're probably going to have to add a little more olive oil. And I think I'm going to add a skosh of water. I've got myself about a half a cup of water. We're going to stop and we're going to push down the sides. About there. I just want to make sure that any bits on the bottom are mixed in well off the sides. But it's sure looking like pate to me. Find yourself a container. I've got, I think, about a 2-cup capacity here. Okay, we'll just spread this out in our pan, and you're going to want to let this cool. I would suggest overnight. The flavors are just going to meld so much better if you let it set maybe even a day or two. And then to garnish, we'll sprinkle with parsley. Of course, if you have fresh, that's going to be best. So I'm going to go ahead and put on an oregano leaf. Remember these nuts that we saved back? We're going to crush those up and put them on top. Checking to make sure we didn't burn them. Mushroom and walnut pate. So very glad that you were here with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not already a subscriber, I encourage you to please join our Farmwife fam. And until next time, see you later.